All right, here is a problem talking about heart disease. So this is one of those real-world problems. And it says the logistic growth function, P of x, equals 90 over 1 plus 271 times e to the power of negative 1.22x. Okay, and what this thing does, it models the percentage, P of x, of Americans who are X years old and have some coronary heart disease. Use this function to find the percentage of 58-year-olds who have some coronary heart disease. Okay, so we're going to find the percentage. So there's only two things that we could plug into this formula here. Okay, we could plug in the percentage if they gave it to us, which they don't, or the x. And what is the x? The x is the number of years old a person is. And they do give us that. Here it is, 58 years old. So let's go over to the side. We're going to write down our given. Our given is that x is 58. Okay, so this is the easy one. They're giving us the x right here. So once we plug that in, all we really have to do is some calculator work to get the answer. It would be a little more complex if they gave us the percentage and then we had to solve for the x and get it by itself. Okay, so let's just go ahead, let's plug it in, and we're gonna get our calculator ready because we're gonna have some buttons to push. P of x equals 90. I'm gonna try that again. There we go. 90 over 1 plus 271 e to the negative 0.122, and then instead of x we're going to plug in 58-year-olds. Okay, now let me pull up my calculator here. All right, here it is, and let's look at what buttons we need to push to get a figure for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the denominator first. Okay, I'm going to figure out this denominator, and it's probably going to be a long decimal, and then I'm going to take my 90 and I'm going to divide it by that denominator. So when we look at this denominator, I'm going to start right here. Okay, e to the power of negative 0.122 times 58. Now on the calculator, that button is right here, e to the x. Okay, now if you notice, it's not on the button, it's above the button. So because it's above the button, we need to hit the second key first to engage it. So we're going to hit second, and then e to the x, second, e to the x, and it gives me e to the power of, and it opens a parenthesis. This is what it looks like. It gives me e to the power of, open parenthesis. Now I'm going to type in my negative 0.122. Remember, for the negative, you want to use this button down here. Okay, you don't want to use this button. That's the minus. So negative 0.122 times 58. Now I need to close the parenthesis. It's right here, so it knows that that 58 is up in the numerator, and then hit equals. Okay, now I get 0.000845,147. All right, now I'm going to leave this figure in my calculator, but really what it is, it's the e to the power of that exponent. So it's really right here, 0.000845,147. Okay, but I'm just going to leave this in my calculator because what I need to do next, I need to multiply this thing times 271. And if you leave it in your calculator and you just hit times 271, what it's going to give you, it's going to give you this right here, ANS times 271. And what it's doing, it's taking your previous answer, which is stored in the calculator, and doing times 271. Okay, hit equals, and you should get 0.229034833. All right, so going back to the work, we have 0, let me use a gray, 0.229034833. Don't lose any of these decimals if you are writing it down. All right, next step is to add these two together, which of course is 1.229034833. So let's do that now. So 1.229034833. Okay, and now I'm going to clear out my calculator using this button here, this clear button, and I'm going to punch in 90 divided by, and put every one of these decimals, 1.229034833 equals, and now I've got 73. Okay, I'm going to make some space here. P of x, the percentage, is 73.22819, and on and on and on till the break of dawn. Now, the question is going to ask me to round my answer to the nearest decimal, okay, which means that it only wants one decimal. I look to the right, and 2 is going to stay, it's not going to go up. So my answer here is 73.2, okay, and that is a percentage. So equals 73.2%. Okay, and now with any application problem, we need to make sure this makes sense. All right, the question is asking, what is the percentage of 58-year-olds with some coronary heart disease? Okay, would you believe that 73.2% of all 58-year-olds have some coronary heart disease? Wow, that's a big percentage, but I would believe it. Okay, there's nothing that's going to make me throw that answer out. Now, if I got back an answer that said only 3%, I would be skeptical. If I got an answer that said negative 3%, I would say no way, it can't be that. If I got an answer that was above 100%, I would throw that out. But this, although it's alarming for anyone in their upper 50s, it's believable. Okay, so that is my answer.